Hey everyone, I'm Steve Sievers for Bionic Buzz. We're here at the Paramount Studios for VR on the Lot. All right, I'm here with Paul. Now, Paul, here at Bionic Buzz, we're all about people's passions in life. We want to inspire others to pursue their passions. What's your passion in life?
My passion's to inspire.
Yeah, so tell me about how you inspire people for your radio show.
Well, you know what? Our show's a blend of a lot of things, but I'm environmental. All the work I've done with Line Jumper Talent, National Geographic, and the work we do on educating the youth. Educating obviously above the youth, but you know, it's hard to change adults that have bad behavior, so it's easier going after the youth. But I do a lot of work with the preservation of the 120 million sharks that are being killed a year for shark fin soup. We just planted 157,000 new corals right off the reef in Florida to provide oxygen for the planet. We found out that we can actually grow and harvest the broken corals and provide oxygen, put them back on the reef.
Nice.
And then our radio show, it spawned off. I was working with Slash, and he adopted a panther from the Wildlife Way Station that had been abused, and I called him up and I said, let's see what we can pull off here. And economy had crashed. 2008, nobody's funded anything anymore. All these places are fading. And so I said, why don't we put something together, do a PSA, and you can ask everybody in the world to start donating money to save this place. And we did.
That's great.
Here we are 9 years later, and it worked. And so that kind of spawned off Rockers for Wildlife. And so we started working with the A-list of the world, and they're doing the right thing. They're helping us get the word out through the masses of their audiences.
Oh, that's great.
That's key. And then I just found out through Peter DeStefano from Porno for Pyros, and he wrote all the material for Shrek and Martian, and working with Ridley Scott. And so I'm partnering up with Peter for School of Rock.
Oh, cool.
Internationally. And so we're putting curriculums together for the kids. And it looks like you and I are getting ready to do something because of what you're doing.
Music saves lives.
Music saves lives. So I want to have
blood donations.
Yeah,
so.
I want to have you on the radio show. Let's get these
yes.
people that are donating and putting forth the blood that needs to be out there, and anything else we can do.
Well, how can we get people involved for your thing? Is it important to donate or tell people about it?
Well, you know
how
what?
Can we actually make a difference?
Well, here's how you make a difference, and I always say this on the radio show. If you don't have the money, or you don't have the time, or don't believe you have either one of those, you actually do. So the next time you go to the grocery store, don't accept plastic bags. That's a fast fix, because understand the gyres, there's 2 gyres right now in the ocean that are the largest trash dumps in the world. They're intentional trash dumps. One of them's twice the size of Texas.
Yeah, it's like circling the Pacific, right?
Yep, the northern gyre. So understand that trash hits our island, Catalina. I do that cleanup every year. The conservatory over there in February, we take 500 plus divers into the water and clean the floor of the ocean. Wow. We pull 5 or 6 tons of trash out every year out of the same place. Bad behaviors. So education, education, education. But you know what I do every day is I want to inspire one person to do the right thing. So I believe in the power of compounding. I also believe in the power of one. Compounding, one person today tells another person tomorrow, and that person tells, and all of a sudden you've got an army, an allegiance. And right now we know that if we don't step up to save this planet, we're past the tipping point pretty soon. We're close to the edge. Just met with all the leaders of the world, the IUCN event in Hawaii. Most people don't realize that was the largest meeting of the largest leaders of the world to have a battle plan to save this planet.
Yeah,
and
fantastic.
So, I mean, that's epic. I mean, the whole time I was just having chicken skin because here you are with every leader of the free world. I don't know what part's free yet, but I'm working on that. I'll tell you when I find the free. But we met with everybody on action plans that are now taking that teeter because we're going over the edge, the point of no return. And so now it looks like we got a little bit of equilibrium, but as I told all the leaders, I said, here's the thing, everybody's jockeying for position on election here.
Oh, yeah.
I'll believe you when we get past the election.
I was about to
here.
say, you know, everyone talks about it. That's why I asked about actually making a difference. Because everyone, we all think about it. We all think it's a good cause, but how can we actually make a difference?
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the fastest ways is aligning yourselves with individuals. One thing I did learn is we're dealing with these leaders, it's going to be independents that end up doing something to save this planet, because all the red tape, bureaucratic stuff that's going on, I don't get into a big bunch of politic conversation, but bottom line is that it takes too long to get any movement going. So independents like myself that fund things, and all the wonderful people we're around that have a lot of money that can throw money at things, causes that help. but permanent elements. I don't accept money from Band-Aid fixes. Let's join together and do something permanent, because we only have one chance on this planet. As I told NASA when we were meeting with some of the leaders there, is that I'm going to really buy into all of what you're doing in space. When I see a space shuttle that holds 7.3 billion people, because right now we're spending 17 trillion a year for you all to find life 100 million light years away. By the time you find that, we're all going to be dead on this planet.
Exactly.
Why don't we divide up some of that money, give us a little bit of room to get our scientists, and we'll go save the oceans and seas that provide 80% of our oxygen.
Amen.
80%. So it's pretty crazy when you think about the numbers of it. But here's the thing, we do have action plans. So when I went to go kick everybody's rear end at the IUCN in Hawaii, is that here's the bottom line. We're not talking about it any longer. We now have plans. Now give us money. I told NASA if they just cut back for 3 years, give us half of their 17 trillion each year, we'll have this planet saved. And you don't need to waste any time looking for another planet.
Well, speaking of other planets, I visited a bunch of them on virtual reality here since we are at VR on the lot.
Yes.
What have you experienced so far?
Oh my God. You know what? It's actually pushing me, fast forwarding me to the next 3 to 10 to 15 years of me developing films. And I actually met, and I'm not going to say any names yet because I don't want to plug anybody yet because I don't know who we're going to use, but there was some technology in there that's got 24 cameras wrapped around it. So anybody listening, you probably already know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But bottom line is I want to take it down with great whites. I was just in Viti Levu in Fiji, and I had 37 to 40 full-size bull sharks on me. And there's my PR boy.
Yeah,
she doesn't mind. PR, they'll come interrupt any interview. They're like, get over here now. So I had all these full-size bull sharks all around me.
Oh, yeah.
So to have had that technology of those 24 cameras coming like that, oh my God. So we're now looking at, I'm meeting with the teams, they're looking at the films we have right now that we're moving forward on and giving us the forward vision of where they're going with VR. Because I want to go in on a clear plexiglass drop down in the middle of 17 to 18 great whites.
Yes.
And be filming them like that. So, and or the chimps or the lions, but give these views from, and I'm a drone pilot too. So
awesome.
we want to come in with drones over the top of all this wildlife or volcanoes or whatever. So where we're at right now is just the tip of the iceberg of what's happening in VR.
Yeah, I love it. It's one of my passions. So yeah, it's been an amazing event here at the VR on the lot. Thanks for taking your time talking to me, man.
Appreciate it.
No problem.